Hola, hola, buenas noches. ¿Me escuchan? Okay. Well, hi. Uh, Good evening to everyone. I just would like to check if you can hear me. This is Miss Lourdes. So welcome to our class. I would like to test that everything is working well. Hello, can you hear me? Hello, can you hear me? I just would like to check if you can hear me as well. Okay, so I believe someone is talking. Okay, no. So let's start with our class. Let me share my screen. Okay, now we are good. Yeah. Okay, so hello. Thank you for connecting to this class. I hope you had a great week, and today you are going to learn a little bit more about business English. I am Mrs. Lourdes, and this is the advanced level business English class. So take into consideration that all the time I will be talking in English. So in any case that you don't understand something, you can use our chat box so I can translate and help you out understand our class, okay? So I'm not going to speak in Spanish, and I'm just going to help you with specific words, meanings, and sentences. Okay, so today we're going to talk about the writing process and the basics for writing, okay? Um, when we learn a new language, like English, we have to practice different skills, okay? But experts and myself have experienced this journey, and the writing process is probably one of the most difficult parts because you have to think and structure ideas to write it down. Sometimes for people it is more easy, it's easier to memorize sounds or relate the pronunciation. But when writing, we have to be very specific about the spelling or the grammar, or maybe we misspell something, etc. Okay, so today we're going to review some tips, strategies, and structure that is going to help us improve our writing process and advance in our English skills training. Okay, so about me, my name is Lourdes, and especially my English experience came when I worked for different multinationals where I had to communicate myself and express my ideas in English. And also the other part was that when I was living in Panama, I had to represent Peru as a businesswoman in different events such as Expo Logistica and the Biscuit. So that gave me more exposure and challenges to improve my English skills, and that's why I believe is not it's not only an English class but a business English class, because I will try my best to focus the benefits of the language and connect it with the context of international business and the job market. Okay, so after completing these sessions, students will be able to understand and follow the writing process. Okay, so in any case that you find yourself trying to start to write something from scratch, these guidelines will help you to structure your message. Okay, so as I was saying, writing is not easy. And why is that? It requires high-ordered thinking skills, okay? So, well, it's kind of, if you haven't been to, if you didn't get used to work with words, like reading and writing, even in your own language, which is Spanish, it would be a little more challenging to express yourself in English, because you would like to have an order of ideas in your head, okay? And you need to understand that some of our norms or our grammar is not the same as English. So I would just suggest you to like copy and mirror what you see in American people, and then when you use it, try to understand why do they communicate or do they structure a sentence like they do. So don't panic and don't try to understand why. Just do it, and then you are going to find the answers in the meantime, okay? Writing is not easy because it needs analysis and organization, okay? It's kind of related to the first reason. You have to keep the focus, because some of us, I include myself in that, we write the same way we talk or the same way we think, and it is not like that, because when we talk and think, it's kind of a mess, because we are like building an idea in the go. But when you write, you don't have the chance to improve or reorder to your ideas, because it's going to be a paper or a screen, and someone's going to read it and you won't have the opportunity to explain yourself better or make yourself more clear about it. So and sometimes we could go to other ways. So you started to talk about your laptop, and then you start to mention your cell phone and your relationship with the technology, and that wasn't the topic. So you have to be very focused and very aligned to the intention of your communication. And you need a closure, because it's like in a story. You start, then you have the most important part, which is the main message, and then you close the ideas and you summarize what you wanted to say in order to be better understood. Okay, so the key strategies for the writing process, it is not about you. It is about the person who is going to read what you write, okay? So it may kind of difficult, but most of the time we are able to understand and know our audience, okay? Maybe you are writing a cover letter. So the cover letter is going to go to a admission manager. Okay, so you know that they are looking for reasons to help you get that scholarship and reasons to see that you are one of the best applicants, okay? So you know his or her intention. So you're going to help them discover that, okay? Then, as we talked in our last class, we cannot take our audience. I mean, we shouldn't suppose that because they are our audience, they are going to be ready for us, or they are going to listen to us all the time. That's not true, because there is a lot of distractions out there, including our cell phone or personal problems, or maybe the weather, lighting, the sound, etc. And it can steal your audience attention. So you need to grab their attention and sell, or kind of sell your idea to them, so they understand the hook of what you are trying to get. Also establish credibility. So I have an experience that I wanted to share with you. Some days ago, I was invited as a speaker in an event, and I was going to explain about the importance of managing our professional brand, which is a topic that I love. And I was trying to look for something that would help me produce an impact at the beginning, so I would have their whole attention. And what I tried, what I experimented, experiment was that I share a screenshot of my LinkedIn profile. Actually, it was my inbox section, and I showed them an invitation to apply to a job, and it was a recruiter from another country who told me that, who wrote that they were very interested in my profile and asked me if I was interested in talking with them to see this opportunity, a new position, etc. So what I was trying to show to them is that when you have a great personal or professional brand, it's going to be like a lead magnet for you as a professional. So when I show that, I believe I gain more time to have their attention. And it was a great experience because that helped me verify that you need to earn your audience attention and also establish credibility as a speaker, as a communicator. Because what I did was, what I believe that I achieved, is that I could tailor my message to the channel because I invested time to understand my audience. Okay, then you have to persuade your audience. Okay, in different examples that we are going to review, those documents put you in a position where you want to ask for something. And if you want to ask for something, you are the one who has to convince the other part. So it must have some parts when you try to sell something, when you try to persuade your reader, okay? And as a style filter, you have to check punctuation and writing. So all that and more would be the key strategies, and just use this as a checklist. When you start writing something, just check these 6 strategies so you don't miss anything. Okay, so when you start to write, where should you start? Well, it's the outline. Why an outline? Because it's always good to define a structure. It gives us an overview of the text, and it helps us to accomplish the objectives. So it's three reasons why we have to start with an outline. So how to start and to create an outline? This is going to be kind of hard, but I believe it's the only way to get used to the language. You have to read. And when I say read, I'm not pushing you to buy books. There is a lot of great info in Google. You can read about your sector, you can enter to forums, You can go to a YouTube video and activate the subtitle function. You can read the blog of your favorite influencer. You can go to LinkedIn and see the post of CEOs or managers who specialize in your business line, in your sector, in your product, in your technology, etc. So there is a lot of information actually, and it is better if it's aligned to your interest, because our interests give us that energy and passion to continue exploring for knowledge, and it's going to it's going to help you, or it's going to push you through the noise and through the challenges that you are going to find. But also, you have Google Translator, and Google Translator is a great tool. It's not always clear and it's not perfect, but it gives you the concept or the idea of the translation. So, like 10 years ago, we didn't have that, and now you have more tools, more power. So just trust the process, because everything is going to be all right. Okay, so also you have to define what the purpose of the text, okay? I believe that thinking about this is important, because you are going to save a lot of time, and you are going to avoid like this phenomenon that is called paralysis for analysis, okay? Because when you think too much, you feel like frozen because you don't have like that there's so much information, and that distracts you. But when you have the purpose, it's going to shine the light towards the goal, okay? And then when you have the main idea, you will think about like the secondary ideas, and that is going to help you define the sections that you will have in your text, okay? And also you're going to structure those ideas so you have an order that is going to help you construct your message. Okay, so about the writing process. So here I would say that it's like a cycle. So and that's why I changed the bullets. So you have a pre-writing phase when you research about the topic that you are going to write about. And here you are going to save information, you are going to write some notes about what is going to be the style, which role, or from which perspective you are going to write. So you are going to start to build your own style. Then after the ideas comes the action, and that's the pre-composing. And that pre-composing starts with the outline. So that outline is going to be like the main block to organize your idea. And once you have that center, you're going to start moving your fingers. And just write. You don't expect to be perfect at the first time. Don't expect to sound great. Don't expect to be understood. Just start to write and throw ideas to the sheet or to the keyboard. It is better to just write and don't review what you are doing, so you don't complicate about the process, okay? Because after that, you have the revision phase. And you're going to check the mistakes. Maybe you're going to review punctuation, some missing words, some repetitive words, etc. Okay, and that's the part when you are going to read again what you wrote. And then you start to rewrite and correct what you need. And then check and reread. So we have 2 writing and 2 checking. And then you publish, okay? So it's important to understand the format or where you are going to publish, because if it is a blog, you have a lot of space to write. But if we are talking about a post, you have to be very concise and direct. But maybe you are in social media or you are writing a cover letter and it has a more persuasive style. Okay, so part of the pre-writing phase is to adapt the message to the format and the platform where you are going to publish your paragraph. Okay, so now let's check some tips for writing emails. So here I wanted to share a great example, and this is it's like a marketing sales email, and let's read it. Hi there, welcome to Flag School, your educational portal for frameworks, best practices, how-tos, and all things customer journey marketing. We are glad to have you on board. With Fly School, you can enroll in courses specific to customer journey, marketing fundamentals, getting set up in your autopilot account, acquiring and nurturing leads, growing customers for life, and much more. Ready to take off? Let's get started. Cheers, guy. And here you have like photo and the name and the position. So it gives you more confidence to click in the link. Okay, so what are the good practices in this sample? He used a powerful greeting. In this case, as you can see, it's like a welcome email. So you already know about them. So they are trying to get close to the reader to build trust and like trying to encourage them to stay tuned and participate in the community. okay? So here we can see the subject, but as you can say, because we have emails coming to our inbox all the time, the subject line of our email is one of the most important parts, because if we don't click to open the email, all this information won't work, because we won't be exposed, or the reader won't be exposed to all this, okay? So third, be respectful and keep in mind it. Okay, so this is like a business email. So it's very pro, and they present themselves, they give a summary, they offer the benefits and all that. So they have it. Use a call to action. Which is the call to action here? It is the link. So they go to the, it might be the, like the home page. So they start using or getting the benefits of fly school. And then keep in mind the cultural context. So here we can see it pretty much, because it doesn't have like a cultural difference. But for example, if you are part of a professional group, you may use some technicism, or you may refer to a special document or law that you work with very closely. So that is going to customize the message, and they are going to be connected to that, because it's something that they as professionals would know. Okay, so tips for writing cover letters. Take into consideration that we have already talked about cover letters before. The cover letter, it's kind of the complementary part of a CV. So it's not a copy of your resume. It has to clearly show what you are capable of. It has to showcase your skills and highlight the right experience. And it has to be you. So be real, because when you try to be another person, it really, it's kind of obvious, okay? Okay, so here we have this example. I'm not going to read it, but as you can see here in this first paragraph, I believe Joe presents himself. He shows him as a confident person. He shows his passions. He shows his skills, results. He shows numbers, years of experience. This is like the closure. The CTA is very formal, but also he's kind of closer. He tries to like do this like a conversation. So this is a great cover letter. Okay, about writing proposals. Here we have more tips, because like business proposals are kind of are documents that have more information. So you have like a technical part, a financial part, a strategy plan. like a executive summary part. So it's like more complex, okay? But if you would like to have like a checklist, I highly recommend to review this. Understand the customer, okay? Again, your audience. Lay the groundwork. Try to have like the same terms, to try to be in line with your audience. And focus on the how, because when you present a business, it's not only about the idea, but it is about how you are going to deliver the results to achieve that great ideas. Don't overpromise, because business people know that not all is blue sky. There may be some problems on the way, and you should be able to kind of have a strategy to overcome those obstacles. Also be confident, always. Be fair in pricing. Don't forget about the design and style, because this business plan is not only for one person. It's going to be reviewed by different profiles. So some of them might be more focused in the formality and what the design and style says about how interested you are in your proposal, okay? And also remember to proofread, okay? Show some kind of results, reference, recommendations, etc. And then tips for writing resumes. I believe that every professional in their life is going to write a resume along the way. So you have to create a professional email address and update the contact information. You have to show your skills and experience. Use bold caps and italic strategically. Remember that these style tricks capture the eye, and so you are going to control what they are going to see, and you're going to help them find what they are looking for. Use subheadings, and also mention your academics and education skills. Okay, so that's what I wanted to share with you today. Just let me share the students' survey here in our chat box. Here we have. Okay, so in this case, that's the survey for my classes. And as we started, this session was about understanding and following the writing process, okay? Mostly, we are going to develop these skills if we read, if we practice, and if we ask for feedback. So remember that your writing, whatever you do, should be reviewed by someone else, because it's always going to be perfect for us. but we are not the ones who are going to read it at the end. Okay? Okay, so thank you very much. Have a great week and see you next class. Goodbye.